Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to 12 noon on a 56-degree Friday, the 9th of June. It's, started about 11 o'clock last night, started raining. It literally hasn't stopped since. It's not a heavy rain, but it's a non-stop rain. Look at this. The deer in there, look, they're all over. They're sleeping out in our yard here every single night. Isn't that wild? They were over on the fence over there and freaked out all the dogs, but they've been bedding down here. That's why I'm pulling in the driveway. Just one second. It was a UPS truck. Good Lord, that is the driver we've had for years. And he just confirmed, he goes, asking where he'd like us to deliver if we're not at home. He goes, you still want it there? And I said, yep, that's perfect. And he goes, we'll do it. Looked like he was training a new gal. Boy, he gave out some great big old, dog bone biscuits. Big ones, the extra large dog bone things. That keep him entertained for a while. The dogs love the delivery guy. But unfortunately, most of them, if it's UPS, a lot of stuff is FedEx and USPS, and they just, they see the dogs, just throw it out the window wherever they're at in the driveway out there. And Danny gets it. And then if Danny gets it, he drags it towards the front porch, then Leo gets it, and, well, there's nothing left. But anyway, today is our first grandchild's high school graduation. Man, oh man. It's hard to believe. Hayden, our oldest daughter who lives up in Tacoma, it's her son's graduation today. So we're going to be taking off here in a little bit and heading way up north in the rain into that crazy. That's traffic of another level up there in that Tacoma, Seattle area. So good Lord knows how long it will take us to get home tonight. But as usual, family things, I have a hard time filming those things. I film stuff, but not YouTube stuff. Those are, I don't know, I'm just not good at filming YouTube stuff around family. None of them seem to be that comfortable with it, so I'm just, I respect their wishes. Nobody's really said anything. Ryan kind of hints at stuff. He doesn't really like it either. He's the one that got filmed the most, but I just sneak him in on him. But anyway, this is going to be our day. I'll film what I can as we're going along. Maybe crazy stuff, driving, who knows. We'll just see how it plays out. Day in the life.
Yeah, Hayden!
Hayden Mostler.
Yeah! Bestseller!
Colin Still. And Thurium Jessica Faului.
So we've been gone for 6 hours. And everything about the graduation took 2 hours. So for 4 hours, it's a good thing this automobile is extremely comfortable. Time to go home and take a nap now. The whole day's wasted driving, and just at times it's just stop and go. It took us 45 minutes to go 4 miles at one point. 4 miles. Jeez. Anyway, we made it home. To Toledo, anyway. So you guys remember I got another set of these BFG KM3s. This is the Predator compound, the most soft compound. And ordered the G compound, which is like a medium medium soft, but I accidentally got them in what people refer to as tiny wheels, or class 1. These are 4.75 inches, 19, but they're skinnier. The class 1s are skinnier, and they're 4.19 instead of 4.75. Just to give you an example, this is the one right here. I'll hold the tire at the bottom of the wheel. That's what the difference looks like. I'm holding them flat against each other on the bottom. But look at the tread. It's smaller in every way. But these, I don't know, the whatever scale crawler, I don't know who decides this, but these are considered true 1/10 scale tires. So in certain classes or whatever, these are true to a 1/10 scale car. This one's arguable. Some people say it's a 1/9, maybe even a 1/8. It's kind of unusually large for, a small of a truck is what they were. But anyway, I mounted these things up on some RC 4-wheel drive wheels. They're called wagon wheels, but you see they're offset. Let's see, these are like a modern wheel. The lugs are towards the outside of the rim, like modern cars are. This is true to scale back in the day, because all the wheels were dished inward, all wheels. This is a relatively new thing. It's been around for a while, but old school. This is like something you'd see on something from the 60s, even in the 70s. My 77 Toyota was that way. They were on the inside, so it was really hard to find wheels for that thing. Those old chrome wheels that are on there were starting to rust out. But anyway, I ran this on the early Ford Bronco from Axial, and they work really good. They have crazy good traction. See, they're orange level G8 compound, and they work great, but that doesn't have portal axles. And if you don't know what I mean, they got portals. See, instead of coming out of the axle straight to the wheel, they have a portal that brings them down. So that's why you can see where the wheels are in relation to the axle. The axle's higher than where it should be, because it's riding on these portals. There's the axle. That's the drive, and then it's got gears that run it down here. Now the axle going to the wheel is way down there. Well, it gives you extra clearance. Well, with them little tiny wheels, the Ford Bronco has a straight axle, like a real car would, and they bang and crash into everything. It made it hard to drive. But the wider stance of the wheels sticking out further actually worked great. But there was a big problem that I found with the SCX 10 3. Well, I'll just show you right quick. Yeah, it had me scared. I didn't think I was going to get these things back off. I'll show you why. So if you have one of these and you're putting metal hubs, like, the Gen 9 doesn't do that. Traxxas doesn't do that. It's how they hold them on. It's a thing you need to watch for. And I didn't think I was going to get them wheels off of there. But I'll grab Kelly's early Ford Bronco and I'll show you, because those haven't been modified. So I'll show you. See, if you look here, there is a pin going through the hex that holds, I think it's dirty, that holds the hex. That's what the wheel rides on here. And then you got the nut, and that's just a little accent that spins on the top. But anyway, when you put those RC 4-wheel drive wheels, or any aftermarkets that have solid metal, because these are plastic wheels. Where's that at on this thing? See that mark right there? That pin is protruding. It's protruding out the side. Well, these things fit perfectly on that 12 millimeter hex. But it decidedly does not like that pin sticking out right there. I'll show you what I had to do. So these pins, they're like a grub screw. They're 1.5 millimeters hex. But anyway, they're like a grub screw with an extension. So what I had to do, I had to shorten those by 2 millimeters. And instead of protruding, they actually, it's loose to spin now because it's not in there. But it was actually, now it's recessed about 1 millimeter and it clears. See, without that, there's nothing to hold that on. Like Redcat, they use a pin in the back of the nut. It has a groove in it that a dowel pin, a solid dowel pin, holds them. The problem with that is when you take the wheels off, you could be out in the field, and when you take your tire off, this thing will slide back like that, and that little tiny pin falls away. That's the way this Redcat is. You gotta be careful with those. But anyway, that allows them to clear, and then the wheels fit on fine. And how I noticed it is it just seemed like they tightened down awfully quick. Well, I take off to go driving on it, and the wheels are going, oi, 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 oi. They're all out of whack. Because when I tightened them down, it caused them to cock sideways where it was snagging on that, where the pin was snagging inside that aluminum housing. But yeah, I would assume that all of these that way. So if you get some aftermarket wheels for your SCX 10.3, make sure you shorten those pins a little bit. Technically, you could just back the grub screw out, but then when that's loose, it makes the hex flex around. And the thing could back out into your wheel. If that grub screw backed into the wheel, you'd have the same problem again. And they're designed to be tight. So, yeah, it took me a scratch in my head trying to get those dadgum wheels back off. They were stuck. Man, you look at that thing. I'm in that macro mode on my phone. That thing that's crazy, that much dirt's on there. But anyway, something to look out for. One last little thing I want to show you guys. Oh, did you see it? Yeah, sneak peek. I got the rock lights in there. However, I need to change how they're connected. There's a circuit that's for the front. You know how there's two bumper lights on each side of the Gen 8? This is My Trick RC kit. This is the kit for the Gen 8. They don't have a Gen 9 one yet. Not even Redcat has one for it yet. But anyway, they're orange, so I couldn't use those lights. And they're also dim, so they're on a dim circuit. I thought that would be perfect for them rock lights because I don't want these blazing bright headlights underneath there. Well, I underestimated what it would be like to have those bright. So I hooked it up purposely to the dimmer bumper switch. It's just one of the terminals. It's a dimmer. I think it's like half brightness. But I was out here last night or whatever it was, out here in the dark. It actually works pretty good. I'm happy with that completely, actually. But for normally, it just seems to, and it's because it's a pin light, it's not like the Traxxas where it has a nice broad, and the one for the early Bronco, the axial kit, it's a set of LEDs and just have a nice wide, and it disperses the light around the wheels. The whole idea is to see where you're going when you're driving at night, if you go on one of those night runs. But I think putting the brighter ones in there, and maybe somehow they'll come up with a way of diffusing that light. Okay, figure out some kind of a cover or something. Could make that work. But I got those in. I'm glad it works. I still need to, because there's a circuit I can use with that too. I guess there's two holes behind that dash that will light the dash up. You put a couple of, I think they're 3mm LEDs in there, and lights the dash up. That'd be kind of cool. I still need to sort out like a tail light is bleeding through the plastic there, though, isn't it? Because it's just underneath that seam. I could probably take some gaffing tape and cover that up, clean that up a bunch. And actually, I don't have the rock lights. My shoe goo, the tube that I've had for somewhere around 35 years. It was hard, and the shoe goo didn't work no more. So I ordered some more. And anyway, I just have gaffing tape holding the LEDs in. They don't click in that position. They just pop through a little cover, and it has an elongated hole, so I could put some Traxxas style rock lights in there. That would be really nice, but I don't know how I'd tie that into it. But anyway, I just want to show you guys that right quick. And I'm gonna tinker around a little bit, and Mom and I do a goodbye vlog, even though we got like an hour and a half before sunset. Looks like it's pitch dark out here. All righty. Well, hello there, YouTube. How about that? First of many grandchildren. The very first of all the grandchildren as well.
Yes.
Obviously, the oldest. Graduated high school.
That's crazy.
Very good. Man, listening to the speeches those kids gave and the teachers and stuff.
That was
Just,
really good.
Yeah, really good. Man, you think... I think it's natural once you get older. Think of the youth and just not gonna survive. The world's not gonna survive. They just seem to be blank or something. It seems. No, that gives you hope. A lot of positive hope.
Yeah. That was really
kids
good.
aren't what you think they are. Or
Yeah.
what we've seen a lot of. But that's pretty impressive. Those kids and their stories and the teachers, and man,
Yeah.
really good. Really good stuff. I don't think there's a dry eye in the whole place.
Yeah.
That was really good. But anyway, followed that by a hectic drive home.
Yes.
Little RC car tech talk, a little putting around out there, and the only dry place there is.
Yeah.
That calms the nerves. I'll sleep easy tonight, knowing the future is safe and all is good in the world.
Yeah.
But on that, we're going to go ahead and bail out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
I don't think this is the end of the rain, I hope.
I hope so.
It's already
supposed to be anyway.
stopped. It's an ever so slight thing, but it's supposed to not rain tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think for the rest, I didn't know this was coming. This kind of happened within 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way,
It's supposed to rain.
not going to be clear. It's going to rain. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.